Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm in my car today. Please ignore the mess. I'm traveling, obviously. I'm always traveling. Random air conditioners, cat carriers, just whatever. Random things. Okay. This tattoo channel I watched started reacting to Reddit Am I the Asshole posts, specifically relating to tattoos because that's what she talks about, you know, that's her whole channel. And I thought that was an interesting idea, so I looked for Am I the Asshole threads specifically about like goth or alternative fashion, and I actually found some. So I'm gonna react to those today. I found this one kind of interesting. Am I the asshole for being a goth only around my mother? I'm really bad at reading things out loud. Okay, so my mom was super restrictive about what I wore as a kid and a teenager. I was only allowed to wear pink, baby blue, and red. Worst, it had to be one color and the same two outfits. A polo shirt with a skirt or sweater with a long dress. No winter jackets or pants, which wasn't a big deal because I live in NC. What's NC? North Carolina? I don't know. But still, I also had to wear pigtails all the time. I had to wear this outfit at all times except when in bed. Okay, that's really weird. My parents were somewhat strict about what I wore when I was younger, in middle school especially, but this is like super specific and that's very odd. Like, why pink, baby blue, and red specifically were the colors you had to wear? That's very, very strange. My parents are divorced, and when I went to my dad's, she would force me to send her pictures of myself every hour, and if I wasn't dressed up to her standard, she would ground me for 2 weeks when I went back to her house. Bruh. Eventually I had a breakdown around 16, and to make a long story short, I ended up living with my dad and basically visiting my mom every once in a while. Good. Around this time I got into the whole industrial cyber goth thing. Awesome. I love that style. Ended up dyeing my hair black, wearing all black, and getting tons of piercings. I was like this for the rest of high school. Eventually started adding more color to my outfit. Like white, purple, ended up becoming a bit less goth, but black is still my favorite color. Your style sounds so cool. Imagine like a cyber goth, a white and purple color scheme. That sounds dope. When I visit my mom now, I make sure to be as goth as possible and sometimes go overboard, like painting my skin white and stuff. That's like next level goth, the white paint. And I know it drives her insane, but I only visit her when she has other family members over. She doesn't really have the balls to say anything when other people are around. My friend thinks I'm an asshole because I'm trying to get revenge, so am I the asshole? So this is very interesting. I can relate to feeling restricted in what I could wear. In middle school, there was a Hot Topic in my mall, and this was when like Hot Topic was really booming. Like this was the height of the scene queen era, like I don't know, 2008 or something. And I wasn't allowed to go into Hot Topic. Like literally my mom would not let me walk into Hot Topic. I didn't go to Hot Topic for the first time until college. And by then things had changed. It wasn't the height of the scene queen era anymore, so that sucks. Anyways, that's very mild in comparison to what this person's story is. I would say their mom probably has some sort of mental illness. I mean, I don't want to assume, but had to wear pigtails every day and like super specific colors. It almost seems like the mom is projecting something onto the daughter. You know, like kids aren't dolls. They're human beings. You know, like don't do that. Don't treat your kids as little dress-up dolls. They're people. I don't think this person is the asshole. I don't think they're an asshole for dressing up goth specifically to piss off their mom, because that's kind of funny and the mom kind of deserves it, but I think that could get exhausting after a while, like dressing a certain way just to piss someone off, doing something just in the name of spite. Maybe this person should just start kind of living their life. Like they said they already are into like cyber goth, so maybe they should just dress like how they want. I think that would still piss off their mom plenty, because it sounds like the mom really wants these like specific colors. Dressing up in a really extreme way is funny, but at the end of the day, you're filled with hate and spite if you're doing that just to piss off your mom. Whereas if you're being yourself, you feel like you can do what you want and you can be yourself. And if that happens to piss off your mom, who you're trying to piss off, then great. But honestly, the ideal situation, of course, would be if she just learns to accept you, learns to accept your style, and stops being weird and controlling about what you can wear. I hope this person is doing good now. This was posted 2 years ago. I hope that they were able to kind of work things out with their mom and maybe find answers to why the mom was so weird. But overall, I would vote not the asshole on this question. Am I the asshole for requiring that kids be dressed emo AF at my wedding? Okay, me, 31 male, and my husband, 27 male, recently decided that we want to get married. It's been delayed multiple times due to COVID, and my family's completely unsupportive and cut off. His family isn't super happy about the queer stuff, but they're at least civil, so we wanted to have the wedding and reception that we wanted to have. Okay, I'm on board so far. You deserve that. B, my husband is hella into emo music and has been ever since he was young. Paramore, A Day to Remember, etc. This dude lives and breathes the stuff. We had a distinctively emo 90s 2000s goth aesthetic for the wedding. That's interesting. That's kind of cool. He wore a suit that was all black with red accents. I wore the jacket from MCR's Black Parade. It was great. We decided we wanted to have an open bar at the wedding. We wanted to have a lot of queer friends come, feel free to express themselves however they saw fit. For this reason, we didn't want kids at the wedding, but understood that it's a tall ask depending on the family situations. So on our save the dates, we put children are allowed but must be dressed emo AF, not a joke. That's an interesting way to go. I think if you don't want kids at the wedding, just put no kids. That's kind of common, I think. I don't know that much about weddings, but I feel like I've gotten wedding invitations before that say no kids. If someone has an issue where they can't get a babysitter, they could contact you privately. It's just a funny thing to put on the invitation. Children are allowed, but must be dressed emo AF. Continuing on, we figured the kids would look badass if they got upset or threw a tantrum during the wedding or reception. At least they would fit the emo aesthetic. That's kind of funny. Day of the wedding, B's aunt arrives with her kids dressed in bright Easter pastel suits. The relationship they have is already tenuous, and when confronted about the dress code, B's aunt said, "Already had to come to this gay wedding. I wasn't going to make my kids wear devil clothes too." Okay, so there's some serious homophobia going on here. I feel like this is fake, because I literally can't picture someone saying this, but I'm sure there are people in this world like this. I don't know. Which for obvious reasons did not go down well. We refused to let her in and had security escort her out of the venue as she threw a tantrum the whole way to her vehicle. Now we're getting calls and texts from other members of B's family saying that we were awful and rude for how we treated her and her kids, that they should have been let in anyways, etc. It wasn't a destination wedding for anyone, but they still mention time spent driving, getting ready, etc. Am I the asshole? So, no. You're not the asshole for kicking out this aunt who was clearly acting homophobic at a gay wedding. Like, just don't go to the wedding, idiot. Sorry. But like, come on. I think it's a little bit weird to write on a wedding invitation, kids must be dressed emo AF, because even like emo adults probably wouldn't have like emo clothes and like emo accessories and emo costume stuff for their kids. Maybe they do, who knows, but that's a really specific thing to have, so people would have to go out and buy things. I mean, I'm curious if other people dressed their kids emo for this wedding. I'm very, very curious if that worked out. The general vote for this one is everyone sucks, which pretty much means everyone's the asshole in this situation. I don't think that this person is the asshole. This person and their husband, I don't think they're the asshole at all. I think that an emo wedding is a cool idea, and I think this relative was being an asshole anyways, like regardless of the dress code, and they did deserve to be kicked out. They maybe made a little bit of a mistake they should have just said no children if they didn't want children, you know, like no children at the wedding. But yeah, I would vote not the asshole on this one. I'm gonna do one more, I think. This one I didn't find on r/am I the asshole. I actually found this on r/emo, but it is titled Am I the Asshole? It's not a very popular post at all. I don't mean to like call this person out. I felt kind of weird about doing this one, but I have a really small channel, so I think it's fine. Like, who's gonna see this? A few people, but like not that many people. Am I the asshole for educating people on what real emo music is? So I recently came across a post on Pinterest where someone posted their playlist calling it emo, and none of the bands there were actual emo bands. Fall Out Boy, My Chemical Romance, Waterparks, Halsey, you know the type. Not gonna lie, it kind of upsets me when I see pop and pop punk artists called emo, when I know that emo evolved from punk and listened to actual emo bands. I pointed out, hopefully nicely, that none of the bands they listed were real emo and listed actual emo bands. sunny day real estate, American football, snowing, etc. And people started getting upset with me, calling me gatekeeper and elitist. I just want to be clear, that was not my intention. I actually happen to like a lot of the bands / artists they listed and didn't wish to insult anyone. I really just wanted to educate people so they knew what actual emo music is, because I feel like a lot of people today stick the emo label on anything that has vaguely emotional lyrics, and the subculture has lost its meaning and strayed far from its roots because of that. I feel like calling the person who made the playlist out was probably not a great idea, and I can see why people were upset, but I don't know. So am I the asshole? This person seems nice. They seem to have good intentions based on what I'm reading here, but overall, I don't think they should have said that. They're right in a sense. I saw a post on Tumblr a long time ago. It said something like, "Isn't it strange how there's emo and then there's emo?" And somehow I knew exactly what they were talking about. There's emo, the more kind of, I don't know, Midwest emo style, the one that derived more from punk. And then there's emo, which is the more little distraction, but I was saying basically that bands like My Chemical Romance are definitely widely accepted as emo, even if that's not the technical musical term for that type of band. And I think that that's fine, because I don't think you have to like point out the exact correct genre of everything you're listening to. Just listen to it and enjoy it. And I think calling an emo playlist with My Chemical Romance and Fall Out Boy and Water Parks is fine to just call that emo. People who fit into the emo subculture, especially teenagers, do often listen to this type of music and they still identify with the emo subculture, so I think that's totally fine. I think it's totally fine that there's kind of an emo and an emo. I see no problems here. Genres of music are constantly changing too and constantly evolving. Arguing about specifics and genres and stuff is a little bit silly. I think this person had good intentions. I don't think they're the asshole. I just think they need to just like take a step back. I think that's all. I saved a few more of these, so I could definitely do a part 2 if you guys are interested, but I think I'm gonna end it here so that this isn't too long of a video. But yeah, thank you so much for being here with me. This was a fun one to film. I'm so proud of myself for actually reading those like somewhat coherently, because I've always been really bad at reading things out loud. Anyways, see you guys in the next video. Peace.